Pledge allegiance by Commissioner Brent Watts. Let's all stand.
Dear God, we thank you for another opportunity to come and try to handle the business of the county. Ask that you be with us, keep us, guide us, help us to do the very best that we can. Lord, I thank you for the individuals that have made a way to help those folks that were without food. Thank you for the ones that gave, and thank you for the organizations that came together. Thank you, Father, for everything that you do. Be with us as we go through this meeting. In your name I pray and I thank you. Amen.
Amen.
Place the flag. Attention. Pledge. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, public input. I think we've got one. Dr. Fred.
O'Greg.
Sir.
O'Greg.
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 O'Brien. Dr. Greg O'Brien.
I'm hard to hear.
Okay, I'll holler at you next time.
Mr.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman,
Gotta have a motion.
But it's on we got the public hearing.
is this the public hearing?
That's part, isn't that where we at here? At the public hearing, opening the public hearing?
Is that where you're at?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Public input.
Public input is 7.
Yeah, we for public hearing now.
He's public input, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, excuse me if you will. I'll get back to you in just a minute.
Try.
Application, public hearing.
What was that?
He goes right here.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me, I apologize. Got a public hearing, 6:30 on the setback for the cell tower ordinance input, imposed setback, limited height and restrictions. Have anybody on public hearing on the cell towers?
Chairman, would it be appropriate if the director gave an overview of the ordinance?
Sir?
Would it be okay if the director gave an overview of the ordinance for the
Yes,
hearing of
sir.
the board? Okay.
If you'll please refer to the draft ordinance that's provided to you in your packets, I'm going to read it aloud for the others in the audience. We included some definitions, some setback restrictions and height restrictions for this ordinance for cell towers. This relates to all wireless communications facilities requirements and is labeled as Standard E. Our definitions begin with wireless communication facility, and that stands for a wireless communication facility is any unstaffed facility for the transmission and or reception of wireless telecommunication services, usually consisting of an antenna array, connection cables, an equipment facility, and a support structure to achieve the necessary elevation. Then we have a wireless telecommunication tower defined. Any tower or structure erected for the purpose of supporting, including but not limited to, one or more antennas designed to transmit or receive television, AM, FM radio, digital, microwave, cellular, telephone, or similar forms of electronic communication. Alternative structures as defined by this ordinance are considered towers by this definition. What is not included as a definition? Amateur radio facilities with antennas mounted on supporting structures less than 100 feet in height. Residential antennas for receiving television or AM, FM radio broadcasts. Residential satellite dishes or commercial or industrial satellite dishes that are less than 20 feet in height. Now, these setback restrictions, once again, all these are included in general use. So setback restrictions on here are going to be a little different than what you can see with standard residences and other structures, okay? So all of these wireless communications facilities will have their setbacks measured in feet, requiring a 100% tower height setback from all lot lines from any principal building. And the planning board also gave a recommendation to include that sentence to have the public right-of-way included, not just all lot lines. They would like to include the public right-of-way in that sentencing as well. That was a recommendation from one of your planning board members. Board of Adjustment may approve reductions to this setback requirement as a part of the special use permit with a certification by a licensed professional engineer that the resulting setbacks provide adequate fall area in case of a tower collapse. Now, this section was included so we would not have any type of restriction against the construction of these towers, where we would not dissuade anyone or prohibit anyone from doing any type of building. So this is a bit of a safeguard included here. So we're still being open to the construction of these towers, but we still have these restrictions involved to keep anything from encroaching on anyone's property or being too close to something else. And then we'll move on to height restrictions. Maximum height of towers may not exceed 350 feet in height. One of our tallest towers is about 305 feet in the county. I know Commissioner Watts, you had requested some information about the Hardy Road Tower, and I do have a public records request placed with the property owner on the height of that specific tower. But the majority of towers that are already in place within the county fall right around 300 feet. So 350 feet, that still allows us a little bit of wiggle room in case we have any type of communications tower that's needed for our E911 services that need to be a bit taller. Increases in tower height of up to 20% may be allowed by the Board of Adjustment as part of the special use permit approval with a certification by a licensed professional engineer that the resulting setbacks provide adequate fall area in case of a tower collapse. So all of these restrictions have a bit of wiggle room involved in them. Like I said, this is no different than any other county or municipality in the surrounding areas that are similar to Columbus County.
Ms. Hammonds, one point I would like to make sure we stress is dealing with the tower companies and different ones that run around and try to acquire the property. Like one tower, they want just 75 foot square plus the easement to get to it. Now, when we make this ordinance that if it's 100 foot tall, that lot's got to be 100 foot both ways.
Yes.
100 foot to the left, 100 foot to the right.
Yes.
So instead of and this is something I think the landowners need to be very aware of before they sign such contract, because the tower is going to control over 2 acres of their land if it's a 100-foot tower, because 210 by 210's an acre?
Mhm.
So, if they just go in there and deal with the 75 foot from the landowner, then our provisions is say it's got to be the same height, the width out in case it falls. This needs to be something that the permitting department also needs to make sure that the landowner is very aware of this situation and this requirement, because they want to come in there and just buy or lease 75 by 75 in most cases where they don't have guy wires. Some towers they're putting up now, this is a straight up tower. So this is something we really need to stress the importance of.
And we would also recommend at the planning department that anyone who is interested in having any type of tower constructed on their property, just call into us first, and we can give you all the information up front so everyone knows exactly what they're dealing with at the get-go for one of these construction
Right,
sites.
because a 300-foot tower, you think about the circumference around it.
Mhm.
It gets to be a large area.
Absolutely. Any other questions?
Are you satisfied?
Mhm.
Okay. I hear a motion. Anybody else with any comments?
Move public hearing be closed.
A motion to close public hearing by Commissioner Smith, second by Commissioner Floyd. All in favor? All opposed? Public hearing's closed. Number 5, your motion to approve the agenda.
With the one additional add-on,
12A.
12A,
12A.
as presented with one additional add-on, 12A.
Motion by Commissioner Byrd, second by Commissioner Watts. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Board minutes approval, November 3rd, 2025, regular session.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Bullard, second. Second by Commissioner Featherston. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Public input. Hey, Doctor, nope. John.
Johnny.
John.
I need to go home and start again. What do I need to do?
Okay, after him, you're next.
I wish you would.
Good evening, Commissioners. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you this evening. My name is Fred Obrecht. I've been a medical doctor here in Columbus County for the last 40 years. I live on Thompsontown Road along with my daughter Lily and her family. I've lived and worked in Columbus County now for, as I said, 40 years, all of my professional life. I love the rural life. I love the beautiful farmland. And when I moved here, I quickly began to love the people. In particular, I love the peacefulness of the county and the quiet of the countryside. At the present time, I'm 90% finished building my retirement home out on Thompsontown Road. So you can imagine my disappointment and dismay when I learned of an RV park that's going to be planned to be built about 230 yards from my front driveway. And this said RV park will be about 350 yards from where my house is. Now, many of you are woodsmen, and you know that at night, especially, just a normal conversation can travel hundreds of yards through the woods. So my concern is, number one, and I'll get to this very quickly, my concern is the noise level. Tommy Hobbs is proposing to rezone and build this park. I want to say from the outset that Tommy is a friend of mine. And so there's absolutely nothing personal about my comments tonight. Tommy and I go way back, maybe 25 or more years. We have helped each other out from time to time. Our families have broken bread together. So again, nothing personal about this. I did call Tommy and talk to him about this. And I told him that I was opposed to this, that it would bring noise and discomfort to my way of life. And I expressed my opposition and concern. I do have some of my neighbors from Thompsontown Road, and they're here tonight. Would anybody from Thompsontown Road please raise their hand? All of us are concerned about this proposed RV park. So there's several reasons that I am in opposition to this park. Number one, as I mentioned, an RV park will destroy the peacefulness and the tranquility of our neighborhood. We can expect substantially increased traffic as 30 and 40-foot vehicles are towed in and out of the RV park. I can bet there'll be increased noise. We'll probably have loud music. I would imagine that there will be people. Mhm.
I asked to suspend the
Chairman.
time. Let him go ahead. And I asked to suspend the 3 minutes requirement. He's right in the middle of his presentation.
I'll be quick, Commissioners. Thank you. My concern is that there'll be four-wheelers and side-by-sides running up and down the road. And it's going to create a visual change there, noise changes, and it's going to devalue our residential property. And that brings me to my final thought, which is it's well known that RV parks decrease surrounding property values. This is especially true in transient heavy parks and where there's minimal setback and there's not enough screening and landscaping to prevent them from being an eyesore. So I would expect a 10 to 15% decrease in our property values, more noise, more light at night, and the possibility, anyway, of a change in our neighborhood character. Appraisers call this external obsolescence. And that just means that if you have property and something negative happens outside of the boundaries of that property, it reduces the value of your property, whether you've made upgrades on it or not. So my final concern is that once these parks go in, then there's precedent for more parks to go in. First of all, 10, then maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 slots in there. And so I asked the commissioners tonight to consider not approving this project. The project is working its way through the planning board right as we speak. But we want to preserve our way of life and preserve the beauty and the rural landscape of this place we call home, Columbus County. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Obrick, I would recommend you also go to the planning board and present your information with them also,
Yes, sir. I will. Thank you.
and your neighbors.
And thank you for your 40 years of service. I think my mother was a patient of yours, so thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
You want-
Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Ricky Boswell. I live on Thompson Town Road also. And I'd like to thank the board for giving us the opportunity to speak with you. As Dr. Albrook was saying, we're really concerned about our community and the effects that a RV park would have on it. I'd like to point out to the board that we already have 3 mobile home parks when just about a rock's throw of where he's wanting to put this RV park. We've got a landfill within a rock's throw. So we feel like that people on Thompson Town Road has had their fair share of, contributing things to the county. And we do not need any other growth of that type in our area. We have trash trucks running up and down the highway all day, 5 to 6 days a week, stringing trash up and down the road that we're having to come out and pick up. So we would like for you to bear in mind that we don't need any more parks in our neighborhood. We're overloaded now. And plus, we don't need any more devaluing of our property. So please keep that in mind. Enough trailer parks is enough. And those trailer parks, there's no telling, 10 years, no telling what they'll turn into. And if this is passed, I would encourage each of you to get yourself a camper and come out and you can watch Mr. Hobbs's pine trees grow and you can watch his cows graze in the pasture. There's absolutely nothing there to attract a camper, nothing. So that's our whole point. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Mr. Edge.
I know you got one more.
Wait, he's not.
Good evening, fellas. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today to the board. I'm Robert Lashley. I live on the opposite side of Mr. Albrecht. I'm in the middle of town on both sides of it. I've known him my whole, right good while, probably 20, 30 years now. And as far as the noise levels, I agree 100% with Mr. Albrook said. We have Mr. Hobb himself and all of his kids around us, in front of me, beside me, on both sides. And there's four-wheeler traffic now that I deal with. There's all kind of noises that he puts in there that we have to constantly talk with him about. And if he puts a park in there, there's not going to be any more governing with him as far as trying to appease us. I've dealt with him for years over just what he was talking, his cows. He does not restrain them. We've had several incidents out there where his cows has gotten loose. People have run in them on the highway and damaged their vehicles. They've roamed up and down the road. His goats are in my yard. His hogs is in my yard. I personally have no confidence in Mr. Hobbs
trying to maintain this RV park in a manner that would be suitable for any neighbor, because I deal with him now on a daily basis. So if, would at least like for you to consider some of what I've said. That's my personal and where I'm at, but as far as the rest, I agree 100% with the rest, with the noise levels, the trash truck traffic, and from the opposite end, which is less than a mile past Mr. Albrecht where the park is, we have an awful amount of four-wheelers roaming up and down the road all night long. I deal with it constantly with the four-wheelers and the mini bikes and the golf carts, which are not loud, but they have racing go-karts. From the trailer park, they zoom past my house going to the park in front of the landfill. And there's a park on the opposite end. They zooming back and forth with them four-wheelers now. And if we get that, we're going to get twice as much, or it's going to just make it worse for us. So I appreciate your time and listening to me.
Thank you. And if you two gentlemen that just spoke, if y'all would fill out one of these comment cards, so we'll have a record of it, I appreciate it. Thank you. Mr. Edge.
From church this past Sunday, it was mentioned and about getting back to the basics. I think that the people in our community and every community should get back to the basics. Respect, truth, honesty, self-worth, understanding, compassion, caring for the less fortunate, understanding responsibility and accountability. Being aware of how blessed we are to be part of a wonderful and beautiful county that the Lord has blessed us with. Another basic is character. Character used to be taught in our schools, and for some reason, I'm not sure that it's still in the dictionary, and I'm not speaking to the commissioners as such, that character is important for a community to grow. The definition of character is mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual, doing good by a fellow man and not wanting anything in return. I asked you commissioners to get comments of how the people could work with you to make Columbus County a better place to live. My commissioner, Scott Floyd, had presented something to me tonight. Attend public meetings and speak during comment sections. Contact your commissioners directly. Join community boards, committees, etc. Form committee associations, such has been brought up not only tonight, but several times. Lack of communication creates problem. Collective input often carries more weight than individuals' request. Share success stories. There are a lot of success stories around the adjacent counties. We need to learn by the good, the bad, and the ugly, and try to make our community better with this knowledge. Being offered constructive feedback, sharing positive attitudes, staying actively involved. The people of Columbus County can play a meaningful role in shaping the community's future and improving the quality for everyone. This keeps what has come up tonight, keeps the horse from getting out of the barn, and then it's too late to try to do something about it. This is extremely important for the people to hear, and I appreciate, Scott, your input. It would be my hope that each and every one of you commissioners would do the same for your district. It takes communication from both sides, the leaders and the people that you lead, to be successful in what we're trying to receive or produce here in Columbus County. I'll leave in closing. This was something in a business meeting that we had a devotion. So all business people are not just concerned about money. There is no condemnation for those who are in me, talking about Jesus Christ. The law of the Spirit of life has set you free from the law of sin and death. Not many Christians, if I'm allowed to finish this, gentlemen, I'd appreciate it. Be about a minute. Not many Christians know how to live in this radical freedom, which is the birthright of everybody that lives here. I died to set you free. Live freely in me. To walk along with the path of freedom, you must keep your mind firmly fixed on me. Many voices proclaim, this is the way you need to go. But only my voice tells you the truth way. If you follow the way of the world, of all of its glitter and glamour, you will descend deeper and deeper into an abyss. Christian voices always can lead you astray. Do this, don't do that. Pray this way, don't pray this way. If you listen to all those voices, you will become increasingly confused. Be content to be simple sheep, listening for my voice and following me. I will lead you into restful green pastures and guide you along paths of righteousness. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for y'all commissioners' indulgence in this. Thank you. And number 8, Planning Department. Approval of the amended cell tower ordinance to impose setbacks, height limits, and other restrictions. Planning Director Kelsey Hammonds is requesting approval of the amended cell tower ordinance to impose setbacks, height limits, and other restrictions. Ms. Hammond?
There was a recommendation for approval by the planning board, given that one extra bit of verbiage to number 3, Part A, Section 1, to include public right-of-way with that language.
A motion by Commissioner Floyd, second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Smith. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Building inspections, approval of the updated fees for cell towers and notice of violations. Building Inspector Director Daryl Jackson is requesting approval of the updated fee for cell towers and notice of violations.
Yeah, we've done some surveys as far as the cell towers are concerned and found that we were sorely lacking our inspection fees concerning them with the number of inspections we have to do. So trying to keep up with basically in a business-like manner, we were trying to close the gap on it, and that's why we've decided to raise the prices on it.
Can I ask, I see where you were asking, to just go up $300 from 500 to 800.
Yeah, it was mostly for the electrical because we make more inspections on the electrical than we do.
Are there anything that restricts the county from going higher than that? Because a cell tower is something somebody in California or Florida or somewhere owns that's coming in, it's going to be a permanent structure. And it's always going to be there. Eyesore or whatever, it doesn't matter. You're going to deal with it. And I just feel like that a cell tower of that magnitude, they'll come in and pay $100,000 or more for 75 by 75 for the property. I feel like we ought to try to get $2,500 permit for a cell tower. You're only going to get to sell that spot one time for that cell tower. And are there any requirement that keeps us from being able to assess that amount?
No, sir.
Well, I just feel like, we, the Board of Commissioners, for several years now, has done everything we could do to make things meet. Our extra cash has been getting lower and lower and lower. So we know that unless something that we don't see right now, we're going to be facing a very hard budget this year without raising taxes. And that's something we haven't done since, I know, 2008, and we did lower it one time 0.5 cent. So I would like to, let's carry this back to the drawing board and come back with with different figures on each item you listed, the cell tower, the electrical, because this is a one-time deal.
Second that, Mr. Chairman.
What about the existing? Is that a yearly fee?
No, no.
Is
The
that
only
if they
thing,
build
if
something
they
extra?
decide to upgrade them
Okay, I
or
got you.
add more,
Okay, we got a motion on the floor by Commissioner Byrd. Second, by Commissioner Bullard. Take it and bring back.
But Mr. Chairman, see, we right now been charging just $500 for a cell tower
yes, sir.
and asking to move it to 8. Existing cell towers, building permits, we've been getting 200 and we were saying go to 350. Electrical for cell phone towers, we've been getting 175 and we're saying go to 275. I think this right here is not going to be any cost to any citizen within the county because cell towers, just like light bills, they send you just whatever type bill they want to send you and there's nothing you can do. You know, you're either going to have the lights or you're not going to have it. And the cell towers, most of the time is owned by different agencies and they lease those spots out to the cell.
They lease it
the
out to
cellular
each of the
company. So
carriers. Yeah.
I think this is a time that we should work to heal some of the deficits that we're facing. And if we got a motion and a second,
And a second, and to raise,
do we want to raise it
Bring it
or
back to us.
bring it back to.
bring it back on the first?
Bring it back to us on the first with recommendations of a higher fee.
Yes, if you'd like to talk to any of us, feel free to call us and Mr. Madden or whatever, but I think we can collect more without any question. Nobody's gonna grumble. They're either gonna do it or not gonna do it. And I've worked with them, the sale folks, and when they pinpoint a location, they don't want to deviate from it, but very, very little, because wherever that phone keys in and says it needs to be a tower there, they gonna put it within that vicinity. So let's redeem what we can.
Okay. Thank you.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Madden,
Yes, sir.
one question, Mr. Chairman. I know that we probably can't because it'll be private property, but at the time of the building permit, could we find out if the county ever needs to put a repeater or something for our EMS department? Would that be an option that we could look at? Because that's the time to negotiate, letting the county have something that could benefit us off that tower.
So just from experience, I can tell you that some ordinances require language making it mandatory for an applicant to prove that they cannot locate on another facility, another tower in the area. Or if they plan to build a 300-foot or 350-foot tower, that they would provide space for others to locate on that tower. But that would require some sort of a text amendment by the Board of.
Well, I think it would be worth it because you remember a few years back, we were trying to find towers to put repeaters on for our radio system.
Mhm.
We were having some difficult times. Some towers would allow us and some would not. Some might be structural fit and some were not.
Mhm.
So if there's a possibility that we could negotiate some language that would give us that permission, if possible.
Certainly something you could look at, right? All right, did you hear that?
I didn't.
Ms.
I
Hammond,
did
you
not.
want to go to the podium and tell them that?
Especially for EMS to rescue something like that.
All cell tower applications that we've had thus far, at least since I've been here since August, and some of the applications prior to me all allow for at least one other co-location. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just for another cellular provider. I know that there is one of the developers that has specifically stated that they would co-locate at a price for EMS services within the county, 911 transmitters involved.
And I'm not talking about putting up just another tower. I'm talking about letting us use that tower for a repeater.
Yes, absolutely. Co-location within the tower. Yes, sir.
Okay. All
It would allow to have not only the cellular providers there, but our 911 EMS services as well at a price, of course, to coexist on that tower.
Okay. long as it's in there.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Number 10 on the agenda. Sheriff's Office, approval of the budget amendments and associated requisitions. Sheriff Bill Rogers is requesting approval of the following budget amendments. All changes apply solely within the Sheriff's Department FY 26 budget.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve B, C, and D of these items.
Okay, have a motion by Commissioner Byrd to approve B, C, and D. Second by Commissioner Floyd. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion passed. Number 11. Columbus Regional Healthcare System approval of the resolution to sell 2 parcels located on Jefferson Street. Columbus Regional Healthcare System President Jason Beck is requesting approval for the resolution to sell 2 parcels located on Jefferson Street across from the hospital. The lease between Columbus County and Columbus County Incorporated includes a requirement section under Section 6D that states the hospital can sell real estate as long as it is done with the express permission of the county Board of Commissioners.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Bullard, second by Commissioner Watts. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Number 12, economical development. Approval of the sub-grant agreement for North Carolina's Southeastern Grant for 36-acre sewer project. Economical Development Director Darren Bowen is requesting approval of the sub-grant agreement to reallocate the remaining funds to the cost of the 38-acre sewer project owned by Columbus Job Foundation. Mr. Bowen.
Yeah, so this grant was approved by the board, I think back in, it was either 22 or 23. It was for the 15-acre pad ready site. We decided to not go forward with the pad due to cost. This grant was $200,000, and after all the due diligence that we paid for the land clearing, we have about $130-something thousand left in the grant. It costs about $250 plus to construct a pad. So we decided to move this money to the 38-acre sewer project to help fund it.
And what all will it do to the 38-acre sewer project?
So there's a portion of it's going to be cleared, and a gravity sewer line is going to be, or wet well is going to be placed there with a gravity sewer line, about I think 8-inch, and that's going to be connected to a new force main on Georgia Pacific Road.
Now, the property that you're moving these funds from
Mhm.
to this 38-acre tract, did the county own that property or did Job Foundations own that property?
Jobs Foundation owns the property.
So I know they own the 38 acres. I'm
They
talking
own the
about the
15.
previous.
Yeah, the 15 acres they own as well. Yes,
They
sir.
owned as well.
Yes, sir.
Racetrack was that?
Okay. I don't have a problem.
Make a motion to approve, Mr.
I'll
Chairman.
second.
Motion by Commissioner Bullard, second by Commissioner Byrd. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Add-on agenda 12A, administrative approval of engineering service agreement with Talbot, Bright, and Ellington, formerly known as Talbot and Bright. County Manager Eddie Madden is requesting approval of the engineering service agreement with Talbot, Bright, and Ellington LLC, formerly known as Talbot and Bright.
Move it be approved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Byrd, second by
One question, Mr. Chairman.
question.
And the reason we're changing names, Mr. Madden?
Well, Mr. Jay Talbert and Mr. John Massey visited with me today and made me aware of the change in name of their company. They are the engineer of record for our airport and have been for at least 25 years, maybe more than that. If you're wondering why this is coming before you, all contracts, agreements, obligations, grants, and et cetera, must be approved by the Board of Commissioners for anything related to the airport. The airport is actually owned by the Board of Commissioners. and is recognized by the FAA and the North Carolina Division of Aviation as the airport sponsor, meaning the owner. So for us to execute this agreement and assign it from Talbot and Bright to Talbot, Bright, and Ellington, it requires this board's approval.
Thank you, sir.
Got a motion by
And a second.
Commissioner Byrd, Bullard, seconded by Commissioner Byrd.
No, I made the motion. Watt seconded, I
Watt
think.
seconded.
Commissioner Watt.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. 13, DSS monthly report for October 2025. DSS Director Dwella Hall is presented the DSS monthly report.
Good evening. My monthly administrative update report, I would like to report on the SNAP benefits, and it has changed from my report when I submitted it. Of course, now the SNAP benefits have been approved for November, and they are approved through the end of the fiscal year of October the 1st, 2026. So we have been funded it to that fiscal year. So happy to report that. Our Crisis Intervention Program, SIP, we are now transitioning to the heating phase. That began on Monday. And we have approximately $85,150.29 left in funds to be able to service the citizens of our county. Wanted to update you on the new Medicaid plan. It's called Children and Family Specialty Plan, and it's specifically for foster children. This plan is designed to enhance services for children, youth, and young adults with foster care experiences. This plan will also address unmet health-related needs and resources needs within this population. This month, we collected in our child support, we collected $435,330. And program integrity, we collected $2,519.82. And that is my report. You have any questions? Okay. Also wanted to let you know that the Christmas wish list for the children, I have emailed that to Ms. Janice, so she can get that out to you in the instructions also. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
14, approval of financial report, budget amendments, position count, and departmental requisitions. Finance Director Heather Woody, who is not here. Sir?
Do the same.
Yeah.
That was, thought you already done, that's what that's for.
Good
Hello.
evening. So you have on page 55, the financial report as of September. Overall revenues and expenditures are right on the mark at 25%. Sales tax revenue is received later than the current month, and that's due to the distribution method. So we will receive that first payment and book that for October. And then if you move on to page 56, the expenses, the legal department will actually have reduction in expenses when they are reimbursed for any tax foreclosure litigation services. And that's typically beginning the month of October. Non-departmental insurance premiums, including workers' comp, liability, and vehicles, are paid in July for the fiscal year. So that's why you have a large amount there. And just in conclusion, although the current economic conditions may have slowed down collections, we forecast reaching our budget for this fiscal year.
Your motion.
That's item A. Mr. Chairman, would you like to vote on that separately or go through the list?
All the same motion, we carry both.
Yes, sir. I will ask you, since you did not take action on item 10A, that we carry 14 C to the next meeting, 14C, because the position count did not change.
So you want a motion to put item 14 December 1?
Yeah, we need to carry 14C to the next meeting.
14C. Okay.
Would you like explanation on anything else, item B or D?
So you're asking for a motion to approve A, B, and D, right?
Correct.
I so move.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Byrd, second by Commissioner Floyd. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried.
And Mr. Chairman, I guess we need a motion to move C to December 1st, Mr. Madden.
That'll be fine, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, do I hear a motion? Got a motion
I made the motion, you second.
by Commissioner Byrd, second by Commissioner Floyd. All in favor? Motion carries. Fifteen, appointments, reappointments, replacements. Staff is requesting appointments in reappointments and replacement for the following board committees and council. First one on the it's Aging Advisory Council.
I'd like to hold that again. I'm working on something.
Okay. Second one is Commission 6, Aging Advisory Council.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to, or Miss Jana, I'd like to appoint Miss Jeannie Herron in Mr. Nance's position. And I got information of address, phone number. I'll get to you after the meeting.
Board of Health, District 1.
I ask that you hold that one until I
Hold.
confirm with her.
Board of Health, District 7.
We'll just leave her on there. She hasn't said anything about coming off to me.
Okay. And Board of Health, the entire board, Thomas Kirby.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Bullard to approve, second by Commissioner Byrd. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed. Board of Health, District 6.
I'd like to reappoint Shane Carteret. I'd also like to say he does us a good job on the Board of Health, and I appreciate his service to the county.
Juvenile Crime Prevention Council, entire board. Got Paul Rockenbach. Rockenbach.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Got a motion by Commissioner Bullard, second by Commissioner Floyd. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Juvenile Crime Prevention Council, entire board.
Make a motion, we approve.
Motion to approve, Mr. Lugg.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Floyd. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Juvenile Prevention Council, entire board, Jacob Ward.
Make a
Move to
motion,
approve, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Bullard, second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Watts. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Child Fatality Prevention Team, entire board, Charlie Lyles.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Floyd, second by Commissioner Byrd. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed. Child Fatality Prevention Team, entire board, Calvin Chandler.
Before we do that, Mr. Madden, there be any possibility we look into a change in that position? You reckon we need to hold off on that one?
If you want to put this on hold, I can look into it.
I'd like to put that one on hold till next meeting, till
Make
Mr.
a
Madden.
motion to hold.
Okay, on hold.
Thank you.
Okay. Recess regular session, enter into Columbus County Water Sewer District 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 board meeting. Water and Sewer District 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 combination meeting, November 3rd, 2025. Your motion.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Bullard, second by Commissioner Watts. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Water and Sewer District 2, approval to purchase for well site property located on Hickory Hill Road. Public Utility Director Harold Nobles requesting approval of purchase of the well site property located at Hickory Hill Road. The amount of $20,000 will come from the stiff allocation.
Move it be approved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Byrd, second by Commissioner Featherston. All in favor? All opposed?
Just want to add in there, we have already done the auction, so we've paid 2,000. The total for the purchase price will be 18.
Okay. Your motion to adjourn combination meeting with Columbus County Water and Sewer District 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So moved.
Got a motion by Commissioner Watts, second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Bullard. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, comments. Let's start with Mr. Watts.
I want to tell everybody I hope they have a good Thanksgiving. I think that's next week, so everyone's traveling, have safe travels. And I'll rest.
Mr. Bullard.
I'd like to also wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much turkey. You might be like a turkey, you don't never know. But at the same time, changing the subject completely, let's remember our attorney, Miss Amanda Prince. She's out sick due to health reasons. Don't know what all was going on. I just know that she's out. And when anyone you know that's normally at a meeting's out, it brings attention to you. And so let's remember in our prayers, not only tonight, throughout the week, call her name out, because the good Lord's still in the healing business. And so she needs our prayers. Thank you.
I concur with both Ricky and Brent. And I have a question. I noticed on all the repaving out on 74 that there's always two sheriff cars out there. And I know they change a lot. You know, one will be there 2 or 3 hours, another one to come in. Is the county getting reimbursed for that, and at what kind of rate?
$65 an hour.
$65 an hour for every how many cars is there? 1 or 2? Okay, now is that charge causing us to get into overtime with other employees that we're gonna have to be paying to? What I'm saying is, I know $65 an hour is a lot, but if you're paying that officer and that vehicle sitting there running, and then it's creating overtime, then it actually could be costing the counties. And I know that it could be redeemed, from the construction company.
$65 an hour, we went up from 45 to 65, and that was to cover the cost of overtime.
Okay. One other thing, I've read where the Forest Service is going to put a weather station out at the Sheriff's Department. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
A weather tower, I should say. Right. And I spoke with Mr. Rhodes, and he expressed how beneficial that could be to the different residents throughout the county. That you could sign up and just click on that link. You would know what the weather is, going to be for the next few days according to the radar. You'd know how much rain, when it's coming, basically, and how much, best you can. The other day they were calling for no rain. It was pouring down where I was at. So, excuse me. But that could be a great service, to the whole county, everyone that gets on that app. And again, Brent and I being the farmers on the board, and, this year we had more than adequate rain. Last year we didn't have any hardly. And I noticed that we asked our representative back then to see if they could come in with some kind of disaster program to help the county, because I forgot to, Brent, you remember the way we were rated, but extremely dry.
Oh, yes, it's been drought.
But anyhow, it did come through. A lot of farmers are very pleased with a little disaster check they're getting because of that. And, again, I want to express thanks to our representative for digging in and helping us. And with that, I'll rest.
Commissioner Smith.
Biggest thing I'd like to say, we just went through Veterans Day. And we shouldn't remember them one day a year. We should remember them all year. And I've refrained from saying, thank you for your service. But all week, everyone I saw wearing a hat, I said, thank you for our freedom. I rest.
Just happy Thanksgiving.
I say the same. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and I'm grateful that those folks that did miss out on their benefits during the shutdown, that people stepped up. I saw many organizations stepping up to help individuals to make sure that they had food on their table. So I say happy Thanksgiving to those individuals and to each and every one of you. And I also like to say thank you to the board, Mr. Madden and his administration for the very nice program that was put on for the veterans and the laying of the wreath. I thought that was a very inspirational program. Thank you so much.
Next time, they just need to order warmer weather, right?
I agree with you. It was cold.
And I was at another function is the reason I wasn't there. I want to make that clear. It wasn't, I couldn't attend both, you know.
No, that's
Same
understood.
with
We
me.
represented for you.
That it? Mr. Madden?
Yes, sir. Just a couple things, just to reiterate. The Veterans Day Parade was terrific, over 116 entries. I do want to thank our staff led by Ms. Gail Edwards and Natalie Carroll and others that helped organize that. And the committee that worked all year long. They literally started the day after the parade and began planning for the next year and have met throughout the year to make sure it was a success, and it was. A number of our staff, law enforcement, all participated in that event. It was a great day, and we look forward to next year. And then follow that with the event at the courthouse that Ms. Featherston referred to. It was a great event. Again, organized by the committee and very meaningful. Got to meet the Admiral. It was very nice. Everything was very appropriate, and we appreciate that. The laying of the wreath at the Memorial Garden next door by the Whiteville Garden Club, again, very meaningful, and we appreciate that very much. This week, I believe the Charters of Freedom work resumes. You'll start to see some brickwork take place there at the park, and the contractors will again be on site throughout the week. Ms. Jana Neely has been very instrumental in organizing all that, bringing it to our attention, and so we appreciate her initiative there. We've been culminating for months now the completion of some projects you should be aware of. The airport terminal building is now open and operational. They are doing some final paving this week to the apron and tarmac area, and some landscape work is ongoing this week, but it's open. It's a fantastic facility. If you get a chance, drop by and say hello to Phil and Mary and the staff there. I know they're very proud of it, and so are we. I'm sure they will be scheduling the ribbon cutting soon to unveil the plaque and dedicate the Brendan Jones Airport Terminal building. So we're looking forward to that day. In addition, the 911 Center opened for business last Monday. Kay Stevens and her staff at the 911 Center relocated and began operating out of that location last week. Everything's running smoothly, no issues this weekend at all. And so we appreciate their hard work. Thomas Construction was the contractor for that project, as for the airport, and did a fantastic job working for us. Next door, the Provalis building on Columbus Street is now open as well. They've started moving out of a building, our building, on the third floor, and have relocated to the Provalis site. You see a lot more traffic, a lot more vehicles parked in our parking lots, and that's a result of Provalis now gearing up for as many as 300 employees that will be working out of that site. So it's a very good project. We want to compliment the city of Whiteville for their work on bringing that to fruition, and the support of the commissioners for making that possible with a significant amount of investment in that site as well. Are looking forward to Thanksgiving. The offices will be closed next Thursday and Friday. We have a short week coming up with the agenda, so our pre-agenda meeting will be, instead of next Tuesday, will be next Monday. And so that the clerk will be able to complete her agenda process in time for the meeting on December 1st. And that will be the one and only meeting of the month in December as we prepare for the Christmas season. Unless something were to come up, and we will do everything we can to keep that from happening so that you can enjoy your time with friends and family during the holidays. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Madden. I'd like to thank all the county employees for all the hard work they've done. And you've done it and continue to do it to make this county work. If it wasn't for y'all, we would really be in dire shape. I thank you. Thank you, Mr. Madden. I appreciate all the help that y'all given me this year. I look forward for many more years with you. And I hear a motion to adjourn.
So I move.
Got a motion by Commissioner Smith, second by Commissioner Bullard. All in favor? All opposed? Meeting adjourned.